Jim Rohn's timeless principle, work harder on yourself than you do on your job, is one of those profound ideas that, when deeply understood, has the power to completely transform the trajectory of a person's life. Because at its heart, it teaches that while our jobs are important, and while they provide the means to earn a living, the greatest investment any of us can ever make is in ourselves, in who we are becoming, and in the personal qualities, skills, and character traits that we develop along the journey of life. For many people, the natural instinct is to pour all their energy into the tasks of their job, meeting deadlines, impressing the boss, trying to get a raise, and staying within the safety of the familiar routine. But the danger in that approach is that jobs change, industries shift, companies rise and fall, and even the hardest workers can find themselves at the mercy of forces outside their control. Yet the one thing that remains with you wherever you go is who you are, the knowledge you've gained, the habits you've built, the discipline you've mastered, and the vision you've cultivated. And this is exactly what Jim Rohn meant when he encouraged people to prioritize self-development above all else. To work harder on yourself than you do on your job means to spend deliberate time reading, learning, listening, asking questions, reflecting, and pushing yourself to grow beyond the limits of yesterday. Because when you work harder on yourself, you begin to increase your value. And value is what the world ultimately rewards, not just effort alone, since plenty of people work hard, but only those who work smart, disciplined, and consistently on themselves end up creating lasting success. Consider this truth. When you work hard on your job, you might earn a paycheck, but when you work hard on yourself, you earn opportunities, confidence, and freedom. Because your job may pay the bills, but self-improvement multiplies everything you touch, whether it's your career, your relationships, your health, or your finances. And that's why this idea is so powerful. It reminds us that the true foundation of a great life is not the role we hold at a company or the position we have on a team, but the depth of character, skill, and wisdom that we carry within ourselves. To understand this principle deeply is to recognize that personal growth is the soil from which all success grows. Because better people do better work, stronger individuals build stronger businesses, and more disciplined people create more disciplined lives. So, when you decide each day to invest in yourself, to read when others watch television, to practice discipline when others seek comfort, to study financial wisdom when others spend recklessly, to exercise when others neglect their health, to cultivate patience when others get angry, you are slowly but surely creating a version of yourself that is far more valuable to the marketplace, to your family, and to society. And ironically, the more you focus on becoming better, the more your job performance also improves. Because suddenly, you're not just a worker completing tasks, you're a leader, a thinker, a problem solver, someone who brings ideas, energy, and solutions. And those qualities are always in demand. This is why Jim Rohn often said, if you work hard on your job, you'll make a living. But if you work hard on yourself, you'll make a fortune. Because the marketplace always pays for value, and value is created not just by what you do, but by who you are. And while most people spend their lives chasing promotions and raises, the wiser path is to chase personal growth. Because once you become more valuable, opportunities will chase you, and doors will open where before there were only walls. When you begin applying this principle, life itself starts to shift, because you stop being defined by your job title or your paycheck, and you start being defined by your growth, your potential, and your ability to adapt. And the beautiful truth is that the same qualities you build when you work on yourself also transform every other area of life. Your relationships improve because you learn empathy, patience, and better communication. Your health improves because you develop discipline in how you eat, sleep, and exercise. Your finances improve because you learn the principles of money, saving, and investing. Your confidence grows because you know you are becoming a better version of yourself daily. And even your sense of purpose deepens because you start to see life as a journey of becoming rather than just surviving. And the more you grow, the more you want to give back, to share, and to inspire others. And that creates a ripple effect that makes not just your life better, but the lives of everyone around you. So, to live out Jim Rohn's advice is to live intentionally, to wake up each day with the question, what am I doing today to improve myself? Because it is the small, consistent daily disciplines, reading a few pages of a book, journaling your thoughts, practicing gratitude, setting goals, taking care of your body, learning new skills, that compound over time into massive results. And while working on your job may bring short-term rewards, working on yourself brings long-term transformation, because jobs may come and go, but who you are becoming will stay with you forever. And here lies the ultimate truth of this principle. The greatest gift you can give to your family, your work, and the world is the best version of yourself. And that version is not created by accident, but by deliberate effort, by working harder on yourself than on your job. And when you truly commit to this, you discover that the fortune Jim Rohn speaks of is not just financial, though it often leads to that, but also emotional, spiritual, and relational. A fortune of wisdom, confidence, peace, and fulfillment that no paycheck could ever buy. And in the end, this is what separates those who live lives of quiet frustration from those who live lives of abundance and joy. For it is not the job that makes the person, but the person who makes the job meaningful. And the greatest work you will ever do is the work you do on yourself.